What would you say about oil at the moment? Because I guess there is demand for it, but it ebbs and flows, doesn't it, in terms of the...
The oil price recently has been very volatile.
It's been strong because of the Middle East crisis, I think.
Well, the Middle East crisis, sometimes you get shipping costs going up because you've got instability where the ships are transporting the oil.
Well, there's lots of blockages everywhere in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, it's really still a commodity that's sort of stuck in a different age. But, like, what I like about Karoon, A, we've made really good returns out of it, and B, I think right now it's good value. So can you talk about Karoon just quickly, which has some oil fields out in Brazil, offshore Brazil,
Well,
I believe.
they start off in offshore Brazil, and they've just...
When are they going to pay a dividend?
Well, just about to say, they've just announced a sort of give dividend plan. So
they're on the path.
On the track.
Yeah, they're bound to institutional pressure.
It's a combination of a dividend and a bit of a buyback as well. So they're talking about capital management, for the first time, really.
Yeah.
So I think that's.
Well, would you prefer to invest in Karoon to say a Woodside or a Santos or a Beach Energy?
Well, the thing about Karoon is it's basically an oil producer. They produce a bit of gas in the Gulf of Mexico, but it's primarily oil, and it's a fairly simple sort of business. Whereas once you start looking at Woodside and Santos, you've got all sorts of issues regarding, they've got projects, but
they're huge.
But will those projects ever go ahead? Then you've got to fund them, or a lot of environmentalist problems.
Yeah.
So
because they're smaller, there's less hurdles for them to overcome.
I think it's less hurdles.
And it's more direct exposure to the oil price rather than the companies.
Well, if you look at the Karoon share price, for good or for bad, it's been quite volatile recently. Because the oil price has been volatile. So at least what that's telling you is that the Karoon is doing what it should be doing, which is basically providing a way of getting exposure to the oil price.
Yeah.
So